and welcome to Call of Juarez Ranslinger. Once again, the game kind of has focus, but doesn't. That's always what causes the strange audio thing. Start of these episodes. So, last time, we foiled a bank robbery. We foiled a bank robbery 3 different ways. Because we got the story from Ben, we got the story from Dwight, who was reporting on how it was shown in the book, and then we got the true story from Silas. None of which I feel are likely to be entirely true, but it was a pretty fun way of playing through a level. And so here we go. Now we have the swamp level to deal with them.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
That's awfully nice of them.
We'll track them to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into
And
those
of course,
swamps,
I'm
it was
going
like
in
I had
a
my own
separate path
private
from
army.
them.
There was no way those boys were getting
Look
away this
around.
time.
Oh, that's an interesting lighting effect. Trees. One of the things I will comment on, because I feel it's worth noting, is a lot of games have this problem. Well, you got really nice water animations and reflections, but the key issue that I don't think anyone has a great solution for is edges. Edges of water just never look right. You know, let's just deal with this that way.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not
Yep,
by my
it's
recollection.
pretty right
It
now.
was damp and foggy as hell.
In comes the fog. Suddenly, our view distance has dropped.
It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept
Hey,
an eye out for landmarks.
The game just rotated my camera for me. That's just rude. I guess it was trying to point out that landmark, but I was actually in a position where I couldn't see it. That's not helpful, game. Let's look around. Look around.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
Okay.
The rains
Changed
that
the
year were
season on me?
torrential.
This is
The
really
whole
not
area was
going to be
flooded.
pleasant to wade
The
through.
vigilantes
all
had
the time.
spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't
I
see
wonder how
anybody.
many towns ended up in this kind of state. It's like the old abandoned mining or logging. I assume this would be a logging town, honestly. Thing seems to be a bit of a trope in the West, and it has to come from somewhere. A little bit of jaggers on edges there. Whoops.
Where they stand!
Except
Never
for some
paying
son
quite
bitch
enough
ahead of me
attention
wanted to do
to that.
me harm. So I had to face him alone.
Hello, how you doing?
I wondered
Awfully
why my
convenient.
compatriots didn't
Also,
come running
the
when
guy's
they heard
wandering off
shots.
wearing... Oi, I'm busy trying to talk here, and you are interrupting me. Very rude. So the guys that were on my side were also wearing red bandanas,
It's you or me!
which the game has only previously used for enemies. And that's totally not foreshadowing or anything. No, definitely not. That would be silly. Let's,
So did
have
you
a look
find
around.
the Daltons? Not yet. But I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Oh, come on. Where's my multiplier? Seriously. I'm not showing
The boys
any
had
multiplier.
established quite
I'm
a
pretty sure I
reputation
killed
by
3
that
guys
time,
in
so
that
they
concentration
attracted all
burst, so I
manner of
should have had
after their cause.
my concentration restocked. But don't quite have enough to get the whole reaction going right now. Oi. Really not doing well here. You know what, let's just back off. Let him show up. taking it a bit more cautiously because I'm just not playing very well right now. Hey! Alright. There's oh, shit. Oh, there's a throw back dynamite button. I did not know that. I've never tried that. Or if I have, I've forgotten about it. Let's try this again with less dying. This is at least me trying to make a mental note that this is a thing I wanted to do.
Can't believe you keep missing. I ain't dead yet.
Okay, gotcha. I got you. This is the problem of playing on a high difficulty level.
Boys had
For
established
some
quite
reason,
a reputation
try and make
by
it
that
hard.
time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Bye bye, Grenadier. I mean, dynamite throwing guy? Gotta be a better name than
My
that.
reinforcements was nowhere
That guy's
to be
dead.
seen.
And that's this fight done. Good. Good. Whoop. Come on. Come on.
God damn you! You're done.
Got him. Any left? Yes. No, the music's quieted down, so
Well,
it's
look,
clearly time to take a
A
little
barn
break.
materialized as if right before my eyes. I
Yup.
scrambled up top to get
Sure.
a better view,
And then fell right back down.
but just ended up falling inside.
So, how
Yep.
did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About
Of
right
course.
then, I saw some suspicious characters running through the bushes. Of course, I
Yep.
followed them. But
From
that
the
goddamn
bush.
swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was.
Yup.
Steve,
Here's some. Oh, right, yes. Yes, that's right.
so I just started walking, and pretty soon,
One of the problems with telling a story in a
Steve.
bar.
Steve,
I like that it doesn't
Oh,
actually stop
no,
you moving
no,
here.
I'm listening.
It just slows you right
Indians surrounded me from
down,
all sides.
so you can focus on what is being said. And suddenly, Indians from nowhere.
Engines?
There were Indians.
No, I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention.
Damn it, Steve!
Where was I?
Pay attention.
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No,
Yeah, but
I'm
Dwight also
listening.
freaking
I was
worships
just
the ground that
resting
Silas
my eyes.
stands on
So,
and
where
snoring
was
very
I?
loudly.
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Yep.
Bounty hunters! Stop that, some bitch!
Ah, frick.
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet, but I did find a few of their cousins. You
Can you
Kansans
stop
breed
shooting
like
me?
rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Nothing being hinted there. I got a fair amount of auto aim on this. Interesting. Now, as you've seen in this, I really normally prefer to stick with the rifle. But this also is why you hammer the reload key. because the game actually will reload the guns faster. I think it might actually just be with one of the perks. The game reloads faster for me because... Oi. Don't play quite as well when I'm trying to do this, but... the game actually does reload faster when you are hammering the reload key. I'm not sure if that's perk based or not. Oi. Stop it. I'm trying to shoot here. Very much easier if you stopped carrying giant freaking thick doors. And then here we go. You go, goons. Ow. Stop shooting me. Stop it. Oh, I totally missed you. I'm really grateful in this run for the second chance. Like, the Silas is just that lucky / good. Let's get up high. See what we can spot around here. More ammo. Any way through the swamp? Oh, hi there. Hi there. No, that's not there. There we go. And now. Wait. There he is. Okay. So, I wonder if it's just a bug that I've encountered that means I'm not getting the multiplier this entire level. I think it might be related to having failed a QuickTime event right near the start.
I knew those
Most people
boys were out
probably
there
don't.
somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them.
Working as a family. So touching. Waste a lot more ammo when I'm using the 2 pistols, but on the other hand, I'm dying less,
That's when I
so
saw
maybe I
it.
should do that.
A goddamn steamboat.
Yep,
steamboat
that seems
went
totally
in a
reasonable.
swamp?
Yeah,
And
Steve,
it's
but
not
this
at all
wasn't much more
lampshaded.
than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Yes, it floated off during the flood of '89.
Thanks for justifying that,
Now, was it
Ben.
a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board.
I guess that's a stone wheeler
It
there.
was in that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found.
So, so they've got a Gatling gun. Kind of a problem. Especially when it results in me dying. So, let's just back up a little bit, and then shoot the explosives next to it.
But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Yep. You mean they're all wearing red bandanas? Like all of the guys you've had to kill. Hello. Dodge. Shoot him. Shoot you. Why? Oh, that's why. Because mechanically, dual-wielded pistols are actually separate weapons than a single-wielded pistol. In terms of button press. It's not just pressing
Somewhere
twice.
up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
God, that they only have my best intentions at heart. Waiting to serve me some tea and biscuits in the spirit of good old West's hospitality. Can't shoot his hand. Oi. Why
Sounds like you
could I
don't
not
give
just
up
shoot your
too
hand?
easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn.
I'm pretty sure that's the same thing. Someone who does not surrender, will not surrender, in fact, is definitely what would be termed stubborn as a mule. Whoops. So, hi. Jump down. Why would I bother with a ladder going downward? Everyone knows you just leap in those situations. That's what video games have taught me, and there's no way it would, have led me astray. That's right, there was a secret back here. That's why it was worth checking there at one point. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. Whoop. And now, we're totally ready. Face down the
Right about
Daltons.
then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived.
This guy
Their
has less
leader
red than
motioned
the
at
guys
a
at the
cabin
start.
in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at
Yeah,
the Daltons.
not at all
I
suspicious
finally
that
had
he
'em
somehow is
after
here.
months of dogged pursuit.
Somehow is here at the top of the boat I just had to fight my entire way through, and is just gonna point me in. I'm sure that you are totally trustworthy, sir, and will not at all do anything that will cause me
Turned
problems.
out that they had me.
Take him out!
Yep.
I'm sending you to hell!
And of course, because this is a story, instead of
Daltons had played me
So
like a
tough
fiddle.
after all, is it?
Apparently,
what
the
they do
vigilantes were on their
is
damn
they just
payroll.
set fire,
They
like,
just wanna
leave me in the
shoot
middle of the boat
They
and set
wanted
fire to it.
burn me
To be
alive.
fair, I mean,
By
I do think
finding
this
my way out of a
probably would
burning
work
labyrinth
as a way of
proved to
killing
be
most
quite a
people.
challenge.
It was a riverboat,
But
right? I mean, it's not like it was a
why do it that
goddamn
way?
ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was in a fight.
About that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
I like the whole gossip starts showing
You
up.
ask me, it's too blessed.
Yeah,
to
because
do.
people go on tangents in stories. And sometimes,
anyway,
even when you're trying to talk
Steve,
about
they know
the
what they're doing.
big,
They say that it's
important
not
to
their-
you struggle for your life,
God.
But
people
getting
will
back to that
talk about
steamboat,
shit that
how'd you get
you
off it, Mr.
don't
Grease?
really care
I
about.
took in a lot of smoke that day,
Yeah.
so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. I was coughing up smoke and pretty damn pissed. I was done playing games with those boys.
If only there was some way of fighting them all. Once, using tools that were available to me before.
It was time to settle this once and for all.
Still no multiplayer. Sad. This is another point in the campaign where it's super easy to rack up really high multiplayer and thus score. Especially if you've got the perk that means your multiplier refills. So your concentration meter refills every time you hit 6. Because they just keep coming so thickly that even without the perk that doubles your multiplier gain in concentration mode, you really quickly will fill everything up, and you can see as they spawn where they're coming from. You can just pop in and out of concentration, and honestly, it feels pretty badass. I mean, it's not that hard to make firing a Gatling gun into waves of enemies into some kind of a power fantasy, because it really is. Although that guy is surprisingly hard to hit with someone behind a fairly thin tree. Yeah, and so you do this,
Bob and
and
Brad weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together.
now
Two brothers side by side,
we have
determined to take me
a
down.
duel.
Confident that this
Now
time
first,
the odds
three-way
were on
duel,
their
but not a
side.
Mexican standoff, because there's two teams. And despite the fact that it works this way, we still have the traditional you need to wait for them to draw. They clearly have a significant advantage, right? The whole Mexican standoff situation is entirely related to the fact that the first shooter is going to be shot by the second shooter, right? And the first shooter will kill one, the second shooter will win overall. This is not a Mexican standoff. There is no reason for either of them to hold off on me. Last duel was about, like, the last duel introduced dodging, which I'm not doing very well. And this is like a duel that you can't win without knowing how to dodge. It literally becomes impossible because you need to get two shots off, and especially if you're trying to be honorable about this, then you need to be able to get everything done. Kind of curious as to where the focus sweet spots are.
They got it
alright,
wrong.
actually you can win that without
Sad
dodging.
end for those two.
Really straightforward,
only known
because
that Emmett
as
was
long
still
as you
alive
know which one's
despite
going to
his
shoot
wound.
first, then you got it. And that is the
Paroled
Dalton.
14 years later. He moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day.
One of the relatively small number of
tragic death
2-level episodes.
of his two brothers.
And this has been Call of Juarez Ranslinger. I'm going to put out another episode today as well, which will be the next episode, because I want to try and stick to the... I was hoping to do one episode per level, per story chapter, and some chapters are 2. Obviously that is going to result in some fairly inconsistent lengths of episodes. We'll see. But actually looking at the recording time for this episode, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I will just stick with one per level unless the level is quite short. Anyway, this has been Call of Juarez Ranslinger. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.